16강 유형심화 2 1번 대화를 듣고 유스필름 페스티벌 자원봉사에 관해 언급되지 않은 것을 고르시오.
Michael, did you hear that the Youth Film Festival is happening in our town next month?
Yeah. What's up with it, Tina?
I heard they're looking for volunteers. If you're free that weekend, August 16th and 17th, how about volunteering together?
That sounds interesting, but I've never volunteered for something like that. Are there any requirements?
Nothing special. It's open to any teenagers interested in movies.
Okay. When can we apply?
The application period starts tomorrow and runs through next Saturday.
Good. That gives me some time to think about it.
Remember that there's a limit of only 50 people.
Oh, then count me in. How do we apply?
We just need to fill out and submit the application form on the festival website. I'll send you the link.
Thanks, Tina.
2번 핸즈 투게더 프로젝트에 관한 다음 내용을 듣고 일치하지 않는 것을 고르시오.
Hi, everyone. It's Edward Jackson from marketing. I'm glad to announce that the marketing department is holding the Hands Together project again this year. This annual project aims to help those in need across the country. This year, we're focusing on the southern regions, which were severely damaged by the typhoons this summer. We plan to help the damaged towns by providing clean water to residents and helping to rebuild houses. This project will continue for 3 months until October 31st. You can participate on weekends if you apply at least a week in advance. Participating in this project will be an invaluable, rewarding experience. If you're interested, please call 233 to join us. We need your participation. Thank you.
3번 다음 표를 보면서 대화를 듣고 남자가 구입할 뜨개실을 고르시오.
Riley, you said you knit, right?
Sure. I like to knit winter scarves. Are you interested in knitting?
Yeah, I want to buy some knitting threads in this website, but it's not easy. Can you help me?
Of course. Let me see. First, you need to decide on the material. What do you plan on making?
I'd like to knit a winter scarf.
In that case, don't get linen. That's not warm enough for winter.
Okay, and what about care instructions?
Hand wash only means you shouldn't use a washing machine. I would choose machine wash.
Okay, I'll follow your advice. And for the color, I prefer black to white.
So there are just 2 options left. What's your budget? You'll need 2 or 3 balls for a scarf.
I don't want to spend any more than $15 per ball, so I'll go with this one.
Sounds good. Have fun knitting.
4번 다음 표를 보면서 대화를 듣고 두 사람이 주문할 거실 소파를 고르시오.
Honey, check this out. Sofas are on sale on this online shop.
Perfect. I was just thinking we needed a new sofa in the living room. Is there anything nice?
Yes, quite a few. Come take a look.
Okay. Let's consider the size first. Since there are 2 of us, I think a 2-seat sofa would be enough.
I think that's too small. Sometimes I like to stretch out. Let's exclude that one.
You have a point. How about the price? I don't want to spend more than $1,000.
Me neither. That's over our budget.
Then which material do you prefer, fabric or leather?
Fabric sofas easily get stains, so I prefer leather.
I agree. Now it comes down to the color.
Our current sofa is dark brown. I'd like to have a light-colored one for a change.
Good idea. Then let's order this model.
5번 대화를 듣고 남자의 마지막 말에 대한 여자의 응답으로 가장 적절한 것을 고르시오.
Honey, the grass in our yard is really long, and I heard it's going to rain this weekend.
Then we'd better mow the lawn before this weekend. But I remember that our lawnmower broke down last time we used it.
You're right. But I'm so busy this week that I don't think I have time to have it fixed.
6번. 대화를 듣고 여자의 마지막 말에 대한 남자의 응답으로 가장 적절한 것을 고르시오.
Hi, Ryan. Why don't we catch a movie this Saturday?
Sounds great. Shall we see AI Cops? I heard it's really good.
I would, but it's not playing in theaters any longer. That was released more than a month ago now.
7번. 대화를 듣고 여자의 마지막 말에 대한 남자의 응답으로 가장 적절한 것을 고르시오.
Hi, Jake. How was your weekend?
Hi, Anna. I spent the entire weekend studying for exams. How about you?
I ran a race at the community center on Saturday.
Really? You spent Saturday running a race, even with exams coming up next week?
Yeah, I always have to find time to exercise on weekends, even though it leaves me less time to study.
I get that, but doesn't that make you too tired to study?
The opposite, actually. It helps me release stress and gives me the energy to focus during the week.
I didn't know that. To tell the truth, even when I study all weekend, I don't spend much of that time truly focused.
Exactly. I think it's better to spend some time refreshing yourself to improve concentration.
8번. 대화를 듣고 남자의 마지막 말에 대한 여자의 응답으로 가장 적절한 것을 고르시오.
Hey, Sarah. The grocery store at the corner always has special offers.
What kind of offers?
Buy two, get one free. When you buy two items, you can get one for free.
Oh, I see. But I don't think that type of offer is always worth it.
Why not? We can get one for free.
That's true, but that's not always good for me.
Really? Why is that?
Because I sometimes end up getting more than I need. For example, I usually buy 1 bottle of milk in a week. But if I buy 2 bottles of milk for the free one, they usually expire before I finish them.
Oh, that's too bad. What a waste.
Yeah, so sometimes I end up with an extra item I don't even need or can't use.
So you mean if there's no need for the extra item, there's no point in buying more to get it for free.
9번. 다음 상황 설명을 듣고 매튜가 리디아에게 할 말로 가장 적절한 것을 고르시오.
Matthew and Lydia are classmates in an international high school. For the upcoming school festival on World Traditional Games, Matthew's school club is planning an event. They're going to introduce the traditional Korean game, yunori. They make a board for the game and find 4 wooden sticks. They write game instructions in English, but they want to have them in Spanish and Chinese as well. Matthew can write the Spanish instructions, but not the Chinese ones. He knows that Lydia is good at Chinese, so he wants to ask her if she can help write the instructions in Chinese. In this situation, what would Matthew most likely say to Lydia?
10번. 다음 상황 설명을 듣고 제니가 톰에게 할 말로 가장 적절한 것을 고르시오.
Jenny is a talented freelance fashion designer. Tom is a famous actor, and they have been good friends since Jenny made costumes for one of his films. Today, they're having lunch together and talking about Tom's next movie. Tom tells her it's a science fiction movie and the director is looking for a costume designer. Jenny would love to work for that type of movie, and she knows that getting a job in movie production often requires a recommendation from someone. So Jenny wants to tell Tom that she'd like him to introduce her as a costume designer to the movie director and help her get the costume designer job. In this situation, what would Jenny most likely say to Tom?
11번부터 12번. 다음을 듣고 물음에 답하시오.
Welcome back to Fun Facts of the World. Did you know that many countries around the world use various animals to symbolize their national identity? They often reflect the cultural significance, mythology, or natural habitats of that country. Here are a few examples. First, The bald eagle has long been viewed as the national bird of the United States. It was chosen for its majestic appearance and powerful presence, symbolizing the strength of the country. Second is the beaver, a symbol of Canada. Once prized for its fur, it played a significant role in the country's early economy, becoming a symbol of the wealth of the country. Let's move on to the giant panda, which is, of course, a symbol of China. It holds a special place in Chinese mythology, representing peace, harmony, and friendship. The last example is the lion, which is the national symbol of Kenya. In Kenyan culture, the lion symbolizes strength, resilience, and the ability to overcome challenges. Stay tuned for more interesting facts from around the world.
다시 한번 듣겠습니다.
Did you know that many countries around the world use various animals to symbolize their national identity? They often reflect the cultural significance, mythology, or natural habitats of that country. Here are a few examples. First, the bald eagle has long been viewed as the national bird of the United States. It was chosen for its majestic appearance and powerful presence, symbolizing the strength of the country. Second is the beaver, a symbol of Canada. Once prized for its fur, it played a significant role in the country's early economy, becoming a symbol of the wealth of the country. Let's move on to the giant panda, which is, of course, a symbol of China. It holds a special place in Chinese mythology, representing peace, harmony, and friendship. The last example is the lion, which is the national symbol of Kenya. In Kenyan culture, the lion symbolizes strength, resilience, and the ability to overcome challenges. Stay tuned for more interesting facts from around the world.
11번. 여자가 하는 말의 주제로 가장 적절한 것은? 12번. 언급된 동물이 아닌 것은?